legislators not to adopt the voucher. Now, we've known this for a long time, but recently our close friend Alex Newman uncovered the fact that the UNESCO has a plan to use tax money to control private schools. And he's put this out on the Newman Report and Liberty Sentinel. And we have a copy of it at our office if you want me to send it to you. It's kind of a long report. Can't go into it extensively now, but contact me at exodusmandate at gmail.com if you would like to read this report. And it's so significant, Sam, that I think you might want to have him on your show just to discuss it in detail, because he says that UNESCO has a lot of information about how they're going to use government money to take final control over the private school system, and they're very explicit about it. And so they do not believe that parents have the responsibility to educate the children. It belongs to the state or to government. And we know already that the UN and our federal government are almost like they're merging on some of these concepts. Let me read you a couple of quotes. He says it will not allow for the collection of all. It will allow for the collection of all children's social and emotional data to measure compliance for a future social credit system. That's called social emotional learning. So they're going to control the schools if we take the money. We have a saying in our movement: when you reach for the money, the handcuffs go on. And a lot of people say, well, I'm against the voucher if there's strings attached. No, the voucher will be a chain to the public school, to the Christian school system. So it can't be accepted. And we've got to resist it politically, because once it becomes law, then it puts the non-voucher schools at a distinct disadvantage. I was talking to a leader in this state the other day. She said, well, you don't have to accept the voucher. But what will happen if, and I said, look, if it becomes law, how many people are going to go out and buy a General Motors product if the government is giving away Fords? Everybody gets a free Ford. It will economically put the non-voucher schools at a disadvantage, and in many cases they will be forced out of business just through the pure economics of it. So no, it's not our answer to say, well, you don't have to accept the voucher. You've got to oppose it politically in your states, and you've got to talk to legislators into seeing that this is dangerous to the private Christian schools. And most of these Republican legislators like Christian education, homeschooling. But why would they want to harm their most loyal, faithful constituency? So if anybody is hearing this and interested in this report by Alex Newman, I can send it to you, and you might be able to look it up. It's called the UN Report, Use Tax Money to Control Private Schools, by Alex Newman on the Newman Report. And he's one of our up-and-coming, well, actually, he's not up-and-coming anymore. He's one of our top Christian journalists in the nation, writes for the New American Magazine regularly. He's has a Liberty Sentinel, and he's on Lindell TV, too.
Okay, and that's fantastic. And Ray, we are out of time, but that's a lot of information. And ladies and gentlemen, I could give you many more reasons for saying government-issued vouchers are problems. I don't have time to do it, but I'm saying it is, in fact, a real problem.